This is the story of connection. The connection between soulmates bravely facing the unexpected moments of life together. See what happens when JP hears his story for the first time from the woman who helped him stay committed to making their shared dreams come true.
There was this moment that will always make me know you and I can get through anything. We had moved to Los Angeles so you could pursue an acting career. After a few years, we decided to search out what we called our Southern California dream home. After a half dozen offers that lost out, we were looking at this perfect home with a backyard, complete with citrus trees and a wonderful garden. I was in the backyard and saw you looking at me through inside of the house. I could see in your eyes how badly you wanted this for us because we both felt that this was it, but I know you also had some doubts. During our search for homes, you went deaf overnight with no diagnosis, and you have just been implanted with a cochlear implant. Could you be an actor anymore? Would anyone cast you with a CI on your head? Would you be able to work any job and sustain an income? There were so many unknowns. You were scared, I was also scared, but I knew we could get through it. And with your sincere face said, we can only go forward, we're not going to back down. We can make this dream come true, and we did. Our offer to buy that house was accepted between your surgery and your activation dates. The day you got activated is the day you came to see what I already knew, that going forward through fear was the key, and your confidence was back. Not only did we get our dream house, a few weeks later after we closed, you landed your first primetime TV role on the hit show, Criminal Minds. I was so proud of you. We come from two very different places in the world, but we are soulmates. And together, going through the frightening experience of hearing loss, with the despair it brought, we coming out of the other side with the joy of hearing again proves we can do whatever we want. Home is wherever we want it to be, as long as we are together. I still adore you. I want you to know that.
I remember, living what she was describing. The part about looking at the house during that process is when my hearing actually dropped out. And I was like, that's it. I don't know if we're going to be able to work again. And let's put this on hold. She's like, no, let's keep going. And when we found that house, we got it. And then, a couple of weeks later, I'm on set doing my first prime time, which is why I went to LA. And I was just like, but hearing it reflected back was it actually got me more than I thought it would. It was pretty impactful. I mean, we've talked about it before, but I've never actually processed it like that. We're gonna be okay. I'm scared, you're scared. She said that I remember that word for word. And now I'm here telling the story, 7 years later. And I'm glad that we just kept moving through it, it was because of her. When I finally went deaf, sudden sensorineural hearing loss in episodes, that final episode when I woke up, I knew it had happened finally, and I was dreading the day it was going to happen, and it did. And I couldn't understand what she was saying. She was sitting right next to me in the bed, and I was terrified. Then when I got activated, I could hear her again, and quite frankly, very well. And so now I treasure the fact that I can hear her voice, among other sounds. And again, if it wasn't for this, that wouldn't happen.
For me, it's just he can hear again. It's a miracle, and it just feel great to see him can enjoy a better life again. He can hear and he can be himself. We can communicate, and all he needs is just, okay, wait a second, I'm back on, my ear is on, now we can talk. And I know communication is important, but for his safety is even more important. I know in that part I wouldn't worry again. So it's a miracle for us.
when we went to Los Angeles, I went there to pursue professional acting. And so acting, requires you to be a good listener. And I got the implant, and I decided that, you know what, we came here, I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to own my deafness. I'm going to own the fact that I walk around with the CI, on my side of my head. But by taking that attitude of like, you know what, here I am, I'm going to own it. And I did that on my first audition after I got this, 2 weeks after, as a matter of fact, 2+ weeks. And I went in there with that attitude. I got cast. And if it wasn't for Advanced Bionics and my cochlear implant, that I wouldn't even be able to have that conversation or think about having that conversation. And it's got me back in the game. That's my other cliche, if you will, I use, right? I mean, I'm in the game, and I can play. And not exactly the same as before, but I'm playing, and I'm going to keep playing.